What to wear, how to beat the heat, and what you need to know. Today on Wild Florida, we're talking Florida's weather in July. Hi, I'm Jacqueline, the Wild Floridian. If today is your first time visiting our channel, Wild Florida, we talk about weather, wildlife, and the habitats from your backyard to the theme parks. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about Florida's weather in July. Hot, humid, and thunderstorms. The weather in July averages is 82 degrees Fahrenheit with a high of 91 and a low of 72. Our water is 84 degrees, which is warmer than it is outside. We like to call it bath water. Because we have daily thunderstorms, which you'll find for our state is we get about 6 to 9 inches of rain during the month. And that leads to only about 10 sunshine hours a day. But that doesn't mean you can't have a great time in this great Florida weather. The heat and the humidity can be stifling, and being able to maintain your temperature without getting overheated is a must-do for Florida at this time of year. You'll also want to consider wearing sunscreen, especially if you're doing outdoor activities, because the sun is very direct at this time of year and you can get burnt very quickly. As fast as 7 minutes, you can start having sunburn produced on your skin. You also want to wear sunglasses, because while we will have daily thunderstorms, that sun directly in your eyes can be hard to deal with. Also consider, to keep the sun out of your eyes, hats and umbrellas, because the umbrella can help you with the sun, but it can also help you with that daily thunderstorm that's coming your way. You also may want to consider bringing a poncho. Oftentimes people pick them up while they are in theme parks, but they're quite expensive. You can get them for a lot cheaper at the store before you head into those parks. Fold them up nicely, put them in a fanny pack, a backpack, or a purse, and they're great for this time of year. Florida in July, what you want to make sure you're doing to beat the heat is that you have a few strategies. One, you need to stay hydrated. You need to have water, you need to have electrolytes. You will be sweating a lot, even if you follow our what to wear tips. The next thing you need to do is plan your activities in the morning and in the evening. And here's the reason why. One, mornings tend to be less crowded if you're at theme parks and at beaches, but it's also a little bit cooler. And the same thing goes for the evenings, is it tends to get a little bit cooler. So what to do in that afternoon time period? Well, first, even if you want to do activities outside in the afternoon, it tends to rain at this time of year. So you're going to need to get inside anyways. But the second thing is take a siesta. There's a reason that comes from the subtropics and tropical climates. It's because we know it's too hot to try to push through. And if you're in areas that are unshaded, it can be unbearable. I've been in many a theme park at this time of day and watch all the family melt down. So take that siesta, go back to your hotel, take a nap, go to the pool, try to go swim, get yourselves cooled down. Even if you just crash and you just watch some TV, it's a great time of day. Get re-energized and go back out and have some great evening activities, whether you're going back to the beaches, bars, restaurants, or you're going to see some nighttime fireworks at a theme park. That's a great strategy for beating the heat. We talked about it's hot, it's humid, and there are daily thunderstorms. It is not unusual in July, where you may have a perfectly sunny day at the beginning of the day, and then it turns into a torrential downpour. What's also critical to know is because when there's thunder, there's lightning. And Florida is the state that reports the most lightning strikes in the United States. Lightning is one of our top reasons for weather-related fatalities. Another thing you need to know, with these thunderstorms, it's not like they spread across the whole state. They're highly localized. And like many Floridians can tell you, is that it can be raining in your front yard and totally dry and sunny in the backyard. That's right, sunny. And that's what you need to know. In the state of Florida, you have to have your headlights on when it's raining. And the reason this is important to know is it may be very bright while you're driving. Actually, you'll be able to see blue skies sometimes, but you still need to have your headlights on because it can turn from sunny to dark in just a matter of minutes. Those storms move quickly, and that's what's great about them, because it's raining and then it's not, and you can get back to your trip and have a great time in Florida. Another thing you need to know is that while lightning has been typically the highest weather-related death in the state of Florida, riptides is actually #1 for most of the state, excluding the Tampa Bay area. With a lot of the area around our state being coastal, riptides are something that can pull you away, pull you under, and drown you. And that's why you need to be prepared to pay attention to the signs at the beach. They will note if there's riptide currents happening. Also, make yourself aware of strategies to beat those riptides if you were to be caught in them. The next thing you need to know about Florida's weather in July is that you're in the middle of hurricane season. Hurricane season goes from June 1st to November 30th, with most hurricanes hitting in July, August, and September. I strongly recommend that you get vacation insurance or book with a hotel that gives a hurricane guarantee. While you've taken a lot of time to prepare for your trip or your visit, if a hurricane's coming and you're asked to evacuate, you need to evacuate. If you can cancel your trip and reschedule, that's the best thing. Because when you're here in Florida, you want to have a great time. And while it most likely will not happen, you never know, and it's not something that you can predict. And while we've gone over what you need to know and some of the extreme weather that can happen here in Florida, it's still a great time of year to visit. So what activities are you planning to do in July? Are you going to the beach? Are you going to a theme park? Are you visiting family? Are you going to the Everglades? Let me know in the comments below. I hope you found this video helpful. You learned about Florida's weather in July. You found out what to wear, how to beat the heat, and what you need to know. If you would like to learn more about Florida's weather in another month, check out our playlist on Wild Florida. If you found this video helpful, subscribe, and support us on our Patreon page. Keep it wild, go wild, do something. Go outside, go check out the weather, check out a plant. Ah, storks, that's cool.